when I would fucking tour, I'd like never travel with a toothbrush or anything, or I just literally wear the same clothes for weeks. And I would go into people's bathrooms and just like eat toothpaste to stop my antacid in the middle of the night. Is that weird?
Your toothpaste.
Father of three.
Toothpaste stops
Father of
antacid?
three. Yeah, because it's a base. It's the same. Toothpaste is the same as Tums. You brush your teeth with Tums. Same scientific makeup.
Hold on. So you'd swallow toothpaste. You get toothpaste in your stomach.
I would eat like a mouthful of toothpaste to like stop my antacid from just being like a hammered like piece of shit.
Your acid reflux must be so fucking crazy that you had to eat, because I could not eat toothpaste. Your acid.
What do you mean?
I can't eat toothpaste. I can't eat a mouthful of toothpaste. It burns your fucking throat. It's disgusting. It's like wet, chalky, like minty bullshit.
Yeah, that's Tums. What do you mean?
I don't eat Tums. I don't have acid reflux.
Why do you think? Dude, it's crazy. I don't believe people when they say it. I can't imagine. I have acid reflux every single day of my life. Yeah, it's no good. It's no good for anybody.
You don't have to. You don't have to live that way. It's like waking up every day and smacking your head with like a giant book and being like, I have to do it. Like you don't. I think there's ways that you can fix it.
I even eat out. Like,
maybe
dude,
don't.
Like even the days I eat like vegetables, like the days that like honestly, like the day I'm not like eating whatever, but I'm just like I'll literally eat any like just I only drink water at home. It's not like I drink any other kind of like I drink water. And,
well, it's still backed up
and
from the 2 days before when you did a bang bang at McDonald's and Domino's. You know what I mean? Like it's still gonna live in your body for a couple of days. You can't just be like, I had one piece of broccoli, I should be healed. Like you need to like give your body listen. Put a sign on that carnival that's the inside of your body. Put a sign that says closed for business, just for a month, and just
COVID.
Shut it down.
Social distance.
Shut down this carnival.
I gotta social distance my body hole.
You're a rotund partridge, you know. You're a robust.
I'm a fully baked turkey.
You're a robust motherfucker. So
robust.
You got it.
Robust in my ass.
Okay, good start. Welcome to the show.
Me and my ass. Powerful. What we used to do like powerful truth angels. Powerful truth angels. We're powerful. We're truthful. And we're both angels. See, I'm trying to do a jingle.
Yeah, I'm amazed at your octaves. How high your voice goes. It's insane. My voice
I can
doesn't
go higher.
do that. Yeah, you got like a falsetto.
You're a man. You're such a man.
You're a castrato. You're like one of those guys in the 40s in 1800s when they just cut their balls off so they could sing opera. That's Matty.
Yeah, and they just walk around and they wear they look like they have those like really puffy pants and then like black tights and they wear like silk slippers.
Yeah, exactly. That's you.
I want to be one of those with like a little cape that just goes over your shoulders.
That's pretty
like a
nice.
little silk cape.
Yeah.
We should. Dude, if there's ever a Sadie Hawkins, me and you need to come with the sickest outfits. Like, I think, like, just, like, French, like, 1800s, like, silk, puffy.
Like ruffles, powdered wigs.
Yeah. Like I think if me and you both showed up as fucking Sadie Hawkins. Yeah. Just imagine, like, 16,
2 poodles.
like, dyed all different colors.
Yeah. The problem, here's
like
the problem with that.
Antoinette. Mary Antoinette style.
When you did come to the dance that one night, that one show, and I'll give you footage. I'll find that footage. When you did show up, you did pull up in a crazy bespoke suit. And I was impressed because I think you went downtown and had it made while you were in LA, right?
No.
The one Sadie Hawkins you did. You had that on already?
No, I brought a suit.
You told me you got it made
for that.
Okay, so you lied to me.
Yeah. No, it's a bespoke suit. I didn't get it made in LA. I told you should get a bespoke suit made in downtown. I had a hat. I had my little cowboy hat. I had a beautiful flower. I have photos. Me, you, and Sponto. You look sweaty. You look gross. You look real
Actually,
sweaty.
let's not put those photos up. Yeah.
Let's find those photos because Two-Tone.
No,
I know
no.
he wasn't walking around Griffith Park with a fucking army weighted vest at that time. I'll tell you that much.
No.
He was just eating like pints of Jenny's and like masturbating into it.
I had a vest. I had a vest, but it was just full of 6-inch subs. You know, like that was just 6-inch. My MO.
Do you ever picture food when you eat like like something that is like a foot long sub?
Yeah.
Every time I do it, I picture just a foot long sub inside of me. I always picture that like a cartoon, like it just moves down my gullet into my stomach and just like moves through and then it just sits and then it comes out as a shit. Like I just picture a foot long mass of sub always going through me.
The best part about that sentence is that every time I eat a foot long sub is so wild. Because I don't think I've ever eaten a foot-long sub, even at my fattest.
You don't think you've ever eaten a fucking foot-long sub? Are you fucking kidding?
A foot-long.
Who the fuck are you long?
A foot-long sub.
A sub?
Huh? Subway. Maybe half.
You've never eaten a Subway? You've never eaten a full Subway?
Maybe when I was a kid, but that's not really...
stupid. That's even stupid. That's even stupid to say.
Hold on. As a kid, maybe I ate a Subway footlong, but that Subway footlong is like this weird mushy log. Like it's not a real footlong. Right?
Oh, it's
I'm talking like a real foot long. Like I'm talking like Bay Cities.
What, 12 inches? 12 inches is 12 inches.
Bay Cities, the heavy bread. I'll show you what a foot long is. This is what a foot long looks like.
It's that sub right there. That drinking. Your Flex.
This is
Aqua
a foot
Flex.
Long. This is 12 inches. This shoe.
Yeah, eat that. Eat that. Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot. Look. You know,
same with me. I have a 12 foot.
Oh yeah, we have the same shoe size. What do you got? The tie-dye Crocs.
Tie-dye Crocs.
So
Chinatown. Okay.
No, when you say foot long sub, my mind goes to the cartoon sub that's this big. Or in your mind, when you say foot long, I think party sub. My brain, I'm not firing right now. Foot long sub it's a good size. It's a good size sub to house on your own.
It's a foot. It's a foot of sub.
It's
1 foot of sub.
Do you open it up and put potato chips inside of it?
I reserve that specifically.
Yes.
For like bologna or like mortadella sandwiches on like just like white bread, mustard, bologna or mortadella, and I only do like Lay's, like no crinkle cut. I always do like the skinny single, like just a salty potato chip.
I learned that from the Cosby Show when I was a kid. Bill Cosby he's like, I'm gonna make us. I can't do Cosby, but he does like a sandwich thing where he does.
Don't do Cosby. Don't try to do Cosby.
I used to be able to do.
Now's
Cosby.
not the time.
Now's not the time.
You used to do a good Cosby.
I used to do a good Cosby when I was a kid because the Cosby Show was the rage when I was a child, right? It was like the Cosby Show when I was a kid was the biggest fucking thing. They had this whole episode.
The biggest show in the world.
It was the biggest thing ever. It was like a cultural phenomenon. They had this episode where Theo made a beat and Theo had like a keyboard. He's like jamming on the one.
And what would you say at a party? Jamming on the one.
Jamming on the one. Jamming on the one.
And like we're just like, oh. You know, like he sampled like
Cosby. Cosby was before Fresh Prince.
I believe yes, and he sampled like I think I might have crossed my wires, but I think he sampled a raindrop, and he's like playing jamming on the one, and just as a kid, you're like, this is cutting edge rap,
It was the craziest thing ever.
Right? And then the spinoffs. You had the different whatever the fuck it was. They go to college. Lisa Bonet, the whole Lisa Bonet thing. Lisa Bonet defected and did Angel Heart. Got nude for Rolling Stone. Just became her own person. She defined herself outside of this like. And Lisa Bonet on the Cosby Show is like you have this whole cookie cutter family, and then Lisa Bonet is just like on her own trip. She's just like yeah man, she's just cruising. She's just Axl Rosen through the whole show. Yeah.
And now she's married to Aquaman.
Now she's married to Aquaman, right? Good for her.
Jason,
your friend Jason, the guy you disparaged on the last episode on the Doom review.
I didn't disparage.
I know.
What do you mean?
Nothing.
You disparage.
I don't disparage. So listen,
we don't disparage on this show. We don't disparage.
I'm gonna say this: that I watched the Cosby Show as a child, and
I feel everybody did.
And I was a huge fan of R. Kelly. Can I say those things?
And do you like Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson.
I'm not a big Michael Jackson guy. Sorry. I'm just like, whatever. I mean, he's there. He's ubiquitous.
So talking about kind of like these unsavory figures and all this kind of stuff or whatever. I don't know where I'm going with this. All I know is like with like Michael Jackson and just celebrity and all this kind of stuff. It's like, it's so crazy because you like don't really realize like, me saying Michael Jackson, you're like, I'm not really a fan of his. Right. But it's just like, obviously every single person in the world somehow has, obviously knows Michael Jackson and heard Michael Jackson and whatever.
Has
it's just like
touched.
The way that Instagram, has been touched.
Been touched
fingered,
by Michael.
Bought, everyone has been like paid millions of dollars to fuck their children by Michael. Everyone has had that experience. So
everyone has been. No, there's actually metrics on this. They say 87% of all Americans have been gifted a llama or a golden retriever by Michael Jackson as apology for something. Because, look, I was Michael Jackson early on. He creeped me the fuck out. The plastic surgery freaked me out. Before all the other shit happened, I just was like, what's he doing? I just couldn't get.
Wi-Fi's fucked.
Since this is a hiking podcast, I'm going to talk about my hiking playlist, and I have to program music to get myself over the hills, and I have to get myself energized, and I have to give myself that raw rush of pure, unadulterated testosterone-laced power. And sometimes I'll play a mix. I have a mix that I play over and over again, and then the mix is, Nipsey Hussle and DaBaby, Roddy Ricch, NLE Choppa, more Nipsey Hussle, some Blueface, a TK song, YNW Melly, Shoreline Mafia, Nipsey. There's some Drake and Rick Ross in there, more Rick Ross, Little Baby, Young Thug. These are things that get me in the mood to murder a mountain. Okay. And when I put the shit into my phone and listen to the playlist, I got to get it into my ears. And the best way to listen? It's using a pair of premium wireless earbuds, especially if you can get them at less than half the price of the other guys. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Less than half. That's like 38, 39%. I don't even know what the numbers are. I don't do numbers. I'm not here to do numbers, but I'm here to recommend wireless earbuds from Raycon. Raycon's newest model, the Everyday E25 earbuds, are their best ones yet, with 6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth pairing, more bass, a more compact design, a noise-isolating fit. Raycon earbuds are stylish and discreet. No dangling wires or stems. The company was co-founded by Ray J and other celebrities, like Snoop Dogg, Melissa Etheridge, Brandy, J.R. Smith, Mike Tyson, and Rich the Kid. These dudes are obsessed with fucking earbuds, okay, with the Raycon earbuds. I mean, I think that I would say safely, I would assume that Mike Tyson wakes up and the first thing to go into his ear is a pair of earbuds, and he gets up and he punches his way through a series of drywall doors that he has cemented up overnight so he has something to punch through in the morning. That's just my guess. Give them a try. Raycon has a 45-day return-free policy, so you can make sure they're the pair of wireless earbuds for you. For a limited time, get 15% off your order at buyraycom.com/PTA. That's buyraycom.com/PTA for a special 15% discount on Raycon wireless earbuds. Make sure to check it out now while the deal's running. Buyraycon.com/PTA. That's buyraycon.com/PTA. Buyraycon.com/PTA. Michael Jackson, like you're swept up, like you can't get away from the media tornado that, like, when Michael Jackson drops the video where he's in Egypt and he turns into a cat in the sandstorm when I was a kid. Like, I can't
get dangerous. Was that on Dangerous?
I don't know, but I can't get away from it. I don't have a choice in the matter. It's thrust into you. Like, if you live in America, you're getting fucking fed Michael Jackson by everything like, you don't have a choice. But if he creeped me out. His whole the whole facial reconstruction, the weird shit, it was just too much and it was too weird. And like, he obviously, I mean, he's a genius for creating an environment for pedophilia, for like, it's like the ultimate. He's like the Batman of pedophiles.
He's the original Epstein. He's like the original Epstein. He made his little world.
He made a world.
He had his little world. He made a roller coaster.
Right.
He had a monkey.
Listen, having a lot of money and power is very dangerous. Because if you have it all, you have all the money and power you can handle, and it no longer matters even what you look like or what you do, then you just create this universe that's yours. Who knows what we would do, I don't think it would veer.
That's what I say. We always say, like, what's the ultimate thing? Like, dude, there's rich people 100% that are hunting like poor people that are picked up off the street and like shooting them and hunting them for game.
I want to tell you a story about Eddie Van Halen. And I
wanted to talk about Eddie Van Halen. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Okay, well, I'm taking you back.
You tell the story.
I'm taking you there. I'm hiking with last night, and he's like, yeah, Eddie Van Halen died, and told me he used to be close to Nirvana, right? The people, Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
Now I'm probably gonna have to bleep all of this because I have to ask if I can tell this story, and he's very weird. So
let's tell the story.
I'll tell the story. There's like an 8% chance he'll let this through, but Eddie Van Halen was backstage at the Forum with Nirvana, and he was fucking wasted, and he's making a commotion, and Kurt Cobain grabs and he goes, listen, I need you to get him the fuck out of here. And what had happened was Eddie Van Halen turned to Kurt Cobain and said, why do you have this N-word Pat Smear in your band? And that was when Pat Smear was in the band. Pat Smear. And
crazy.
And Cobain goes to goes, get him out of here. I don't care what you do. Any trouble you get in, I'll bail you out. And said he just walked up to Eddie Van Halen and threw him over his shoulder and just and just pushed him out of the place. So you got to go. Like just drug him out of there. And the guy was so drunk that he went along with it. But to find out that, and it's like in Eddie Van Halen is like half Thai or some shit, not that makes you immune to be a racist, but I guess if you're 1980s,
no matter what.
We got to edit that out. We can't run that. Just there's no way.
This podcast is.
I'm not even gonna ask. Just put a whole series of beeps. Beep. Say he did. Just say he grabbed him. Like beep all the names.
Yeah.
Just leave Eddie Van Halen and beep everything out and say over his shoulder and beep it all out. This is the greatest podcast. So listen, you went and had another baby. Why'd you do that? What are you gonna do now, man? You got two girls.
I got a kid. I don't know. It's been an interesting week to say the least. I have a newborn baby. The newborn baby, Ozzy Dorothea. She was born on October 1st, 2:16 in the morning. And it was beautiful. Home birth. Are you frozen? Oh.
No, I can hear you.
Okay. On my end, you're fucking frozen.
And I'm getting a lot of intel that's saying that you actually, Trish had a surrogate this time. That's what I'm hearing. And that you guys, because you're a media family and you're in the public eye, you had Trish wear a pregnancy pillow and kind of do this whole song and dance. But Trish doesn't want to put her body through it anymore. So you hired this young Polish girl to carry your baby. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So
no, it's not true. We hired. We're now breeding children for other people. We're surrogates for. We're breeder. We're
working
breeding
with
children just to sell.
You're working with China. You run the baby through the CRISPR, right? You get CRISPR and you hit up Leo Decaps and you go, it's time. You want the kid? What do you want? I have a great surrogate. Give me your stats. You want broad shoulders, blue eyes, big feet, and big guns for your girl. And then you set that up and you run it through CRISPR with your Chinese Connect. You get the surrogate. Because Ozzy was a test run, right? Because you got the kids. You do have some cute kids. They're good-looking kids. They got great baby faces, and I think something's afoot. And I think you're playing games. You're playing God again, right?
I think. It's like I don't want to say our children are perfect, but it's just like somehow I was really cute as a child. Trisha was really cute as a child. And we're really great looking now, and we're just two specimens coming together and trying to make, trying to make the perfect baby. And we're just gonna, sell it for top dollar, and it should be, I'll finally be able to afford a pool.
Talk about Eddie, man. Let's hear your take on Eddie Van Halen.
I don't have a take on Eddie Van Halen. I'm just saying with celebrity, it's just very funny that all of a sudden every time somebody dies, it's somebody's face. And I'm like, everyone's they meant so much to all these people. And it's just like, it's a funny thing when you say something like, when you even mention Michael Jackson, and then you're like, oh, I don't really like that guy. And then when Eddie Van Halen passed away, I really realized that I don't like Van Halen at all, and I was very indifferent to him passing. That's all. That's what I was trying to get to.
Wow.
But it's just like, but social media still, like, in my mind, I'm not a big Van Halen fan at all.
Right.
I don't like cock rock or whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah.
And so it was just like, I was like, should I post about Eddie Van Halen?
No,
like in my brain?
No, please don't.
And I'm just like, no.
No, dude.
I'm not going to post about Eddie Van Halen.
There's nothing worse than someone doing a fucking sanctimonious post about someone dying and like using someone's death as as content that you didn't give a shit about. Like, I don't want to post when people I care about die. Like, I don't even like grieving is just like, I don't even know how to grieve properly. Like, I grieve months
Nobody
later.
does.
Yeah. Like,
nobody knows how to grieve. We just post.
You post, but I don't
just
post. Like, if someone dies, like, there's people that have died, in the past year. And like, I had a friend, my buddy in New York died. His name's Gregory, like, friend of mine, not my best friend. He's my buddy, a guy I check in with. You knew Greg. I go to see him when I was in New York,
Greg.
And he fucking died. And I just was like, I just didn't even, I couldn't feel anything about it, because it was just like it was just so many things happening, and he dies, and it's like, he's not immediately next to me. So I'm not, and I see the people around him are hurt, and I just am like, fuck, that sucks, but I'm not crushed. No, I'm just honest.
Yeah,
like,
no, it's just sad. And it is just sad. And like, but Eddie Van Halen is just like one of those things where I was just like, oh yeah, I don't really, cause I don't like, I guess I'm like, I just never really liked that music, but, anyway,
right. So that whole point was like how.
Well, no, it's just funny. It's just funny to hear like you say, just like, oh yeah, I'm not really that into Michael Jackson. Where it's just like, I get why people don't fuck with him now because of the documentaries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But a lot of like Michael Jackson's like bigger than God, So
I mean, there's.
But anybody would be like, if you ask me, hey, do you like Michael? I'd be like, oh yeah, no, it's great. Michael Jackson's great, number one.
There's celebrity. If anyone asks you, Michael Jackson, number one country, very great, very great. America, number one
in the world.
America, number one, Michael Jackson. Pepsi Cola, Coca-Cola, best. Michael Jackson. I don't even know what that accent is, but it's something.
It's yeah.
Yeah, like when Aaliyah died, I remember being like, oh, that's sad. As far as celebrities go, right? I thought that was sad.
What was that movie? What was that movie? The vampire movie she was shooting.
Yeah, she died. She seemed like such a pleasant, beautiful person. She made beautiful music. Yeah. I liked what she did. Her vibe, her aura was beautiful, and it was so sad to see her go. John Hughes died. I was like, I enjoyed his films. One day Scorsese will die. I'll probably be like, that's sad. I really enjoy the guy's work. It'll touch me, and then and then someone close to me will die, and I'll say, well, I don't care. That's not true.
And then you'll die, and I'll die, and then we're all dead, and nobody posts.
No. If I die, let's say if I die, there will be some people making some real bullshit posts about what a great guy I was to them. And like, I mean a lot to a lot of people, yes. But there's some people who will just manufacture this story about what I meant to them. And it's just like,
Exactly. What do you think? Like, I would write like all caps. Like, he always called me fat, but he was nice to me.
I would hate that so much.
Like, what would be like my post? Like, what would be my post if you died?
From my grave, I would come. And just what I would do from my grave is I would steal your password and hack your account. That would be my last act as a spirit. Because if I died and you sent me, it was one of those posts in all caps, and like, he was a great guy. I think he did a lot. He was cool. I like that he was my friend, and sometimes he said I was fat, but I still love him very much. And you know what? This is for him. Two-Tone was a great person. Everyone, we love him so much. Oh my God. Anyways, I have a new book coming out in fall. It's going to be a New York Times bestseller. And do you guys like Campbell's soup? Clam chowder, cream corn? It's cool. Anyways, rest in peace, Two-Tone. He's the best, born and raised. That's the caption.
But that actually is the caption.
Yeah.
That's the caption.
All caps. No caps, all caps.
No cap, all caps.
Mike to my left. Thank you. We're broadcasting. It's been brought to my attention that on a few of these episodes I'd be snorting.
Well, yeah. Do you want me to read? Oh, I can't on my phone. So the other day I got a DM from one of my buddies, and it was like the sweetest, just like, well, it was in the group chat. Pull it up and read it. Can you pull it up and read it? It says like, it was actually kind of nice. He's like, I love the podcast so much, but like, you know, just two tones snorting and general like breathing is just so obnoxious that it like, you know, we just can we try to figure that out?
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I've only very recently realized that, and now I'm thinking about how I breathe right now on the mic. I've only very recently realized that this is a podcast that's being filmed and it's on YouTube and it exists in the world. Because the other day I watched a show and I just saw this picture of myself. I saw this video of myself and I just was like, fuck, you look like shit. You sound horrible. You're snorting into the mic. You're breathing heavy. It's just like, what are you doing? You know, like I'm not a celebrity. I'm not a person of your stature who drives around the country slinging spare back ribs and fucking talking about gravy. You know, that's not my bag, man. No. I wasn't supposed to do this. I wasn't supposed to be in front of the camera ever. I was supposed to be behind the fucking camera.
You're a director.
Behind.
Back of house.
What
it? Yeah, like I think it's just like generally, you know, this podcast has had so many audible problems. You know, me sounding like I'm in a tin can already with the shrill voice inside of the shrill microphone, inside of the shrill iPhone microphone, inside of a fake lav that I thought I bought off Amazon to your snorting. This is maybe the worst possible ear listening podcast out there. And it's genuinely a pretty decent podcast. We're just losers that have technical problems nonstop and don't understand how to make a proper podcast somehow.
I mean, to speak to your phrase, ear listening, you're right. This is the worst ear listening podcast. I found the text. I'm going to read it because it's listen, man. Look, when I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I can't. I have no defense. I could defend myself against talking shit.
What does it say?
Here's what he says. And it's from your friend. His friend is McCabe. He goes, "Hey, Matty, I love your podcast. I really do. I don't want to judge or be rude, but two tones nasal congestion, ... the sounds, ... it's really hard to hear. Love both of you, ... but is there any way to get around that? I wouldn't ever stop listening. You two are great, ... but these sounds make me gag. So sorry. So Canadian. So Canadian. Such a Canadian like way of saying, tell that fucking piece of shit to stop snorting in the microphone. He sounds like fucking
hog.
dog shit.
Tell that fucking dying hog to fucking shit or get off the pot. Fix the audio.
Tell that
stop breathing.
Asthmatic fucking horseshoe crab to stop fucking breathing in the mic with his nose.
I think you're allergic to Omar, to be honest.
Omar is hyperallergenic. I'm not allergic to Omar. I have a history of asthma. My lung capacity's fucked.
Your nasal. Should you do surgery for cocaine nose?
No, I don't have cocaine. I don't think I have a deviated symptom. I've had asthma since I was a kid. Now the thing is,
did you have a puffer? You got a puffer?
Yeah, no, I mean, no. I only use the puffer when I get sick. I get sick once a year.
Should you use the puffer? Should you use the puffer maybe, two-tone?
Should
we maybe get you a couple puffs?
I think if I had time before the show, if I wasn't so jammed up, like if my life was based around like
I could puff. I could do
No. I do a neti pot. I do a whole neti pot. I drain it out. I do some vocal ranges like piccolo, piccolo.
Some honey?
Yeah, some honey, all that stuff. Do some warm-ups.
That's what I do.
You know, some broadcasting tips. I know you're a big broadcaster. I'm going to stop snorting. I'm going to try to I'll breathe off mic. I'll take my breath over here. I'll not snort on the mic.
You're like Trump. You're like Trump trying to breathe and say that COVID he's feeling great.
It's not. Okay, I wish I could do. He's amazing. Listen.
He's something, man. He is such a fucking megalomaniac.
It's so beyond. It's so far beyond anything. I mean, we're playing the same fucking song every time we talk about this, but that first debate, it was so crazy, and it's just mania. It's like, I know you are, but what am I? And that's what he does. He just like the whole time, like this. There's no discussion
It's
of like there's no one's talking about America or anything like. No one's saying.
It's the president. It's the presidential debate.
Right.
And then it's like, no.
It's like, well, what
They're
about
just literally being like poppycock.
Yeah.
Poppycock.
Your son.
Like, no.
What about your son? Your son did this. Your son did that. Blah 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 blah. It's like there's no one.
Your son took $3 million from Moscow and fucking is a cokehead, and the other guy died because he fucked his wife. Way to go.
Yeah.
What's going on?
It's so
It's
crazy.
just like, come on. The country's dying. Your
And-
country is dying.
Dying.
The world is dying.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Let's go.
Come on.
Let's just
America.
Can we put a dome over us or how about someone just come with some radical, like, since we're all in the land of bullshit and everything's gone completely haywire, right? There's no sense
like
of reality
Kanye.
anymore. No one cares. Just come up and say, you know what? I'm putting a dome around America. And it's going to insulate us, and we're going to be protected from global warming. Just come up with some complete horse shit, because it's all bets are off now. It's just complete mania. Like Trump is about to pull a folding chair out from behind the podium and hit him in the head with it. And Biden is
It's crazy. Breaks them like light bulbs. Like, just like he walks at next debate, he literally just takes like a bunch of like tack pins, a couple light bulbs, like a barbed wire bat. And just like mankind walks out and it's just like, let's go.
and then the bell tolls and the lights go dim and bong.
A cage drops, an actual cage drops, and they're like, Biden, you better smarten up, because Trump, I bet he's quick,
Well, the thing with Biden is that
guy.
I think there is a 26.7% chance that the powers that be have been orchestrating this whole entire thing to just play a shell game with our brains, because we're rooting for Biden, who's just like the most wild piece of shit, right? Like Biden and Kamala are like we're rooting for like this the most horrible of two horrible, the least horrible.
Polite racism. We want the polite racism back.
Right. I want a guy that's incoherent, talks about leg hair, and he's like, oh, Jamie down by the pool, and just the crazy shit that these guys say. It's just, I don't know.
Biden for sure has been to Epstein's Island, for sure.
100%. They all have. All those fucking politicians have been on top of each other in giant piles with like kittens and children underneath them. Like they've committed horrible crimes against humanity and sexuality. And that's part of the deal. That's what they do. I mean, it's just, and look, we're just like, we still don't even know what happened in 9/11. Like, nobody knows what the fuck's going on. Like, nobody knows. Like,
Cheney.
They just talk
about Cheney.
They just talk about like, they tell us about some false flag operation against Cuba. My facts are all fucked up, but it's like they'll tell you about something from 60 years ago that America did that was fucked up.
Let's get into 9/11 right now.
Yeah. But nobody knows.
Let's really open this up. Let's really open this up, YouTube. We're going to really dig deep.
Loose Change Part 2. Maddie and Two-Tone break down 9/11. Steel beams can't melt flaming hot Cheetos.
Can't melt from Cheetos.
Flaming hot Cheetos doesn't melt steel beams and waffle cookies.
We need Barca, and we need Brunetti on to do this.
Shoot.
Oh my God.
It's look, we're living in a time that's, I mean, who knows if anyone's ever had any idea what's been going on, I mean,
I think everybody knows what's going on. It's just a matter of like, if people want to pay attention and actually do anything about it, actually. It's just like, everyone's still just like on Instagram being like, yeah, man, like fucking repost the memes.
right.
We should have, what we should have? We should have all the meme accounts on with like face masks and go through their accounts and like dissect, because it's all like the funniest shit ever. Like fucking Homies fucking is the funniest, craziest fucking account ever.
Who? We got to beat that.
K.
We have to get, oh yeah, his is the best. But it's very
Bleep that out too.
Bleep that out, yeah. His is very like, his account is, there's like big meme accounts, which is like broadly funny, that everybody in the family gets the meme.
His are incredible.
This cat's wearing a fucking fedora. That's funny to everybody. But his memes are just like so dark, so good, and so cutting edge. And it's one of my main sources of entertainment.
The best one ever, dude. The funniest one ever is like 2022. It's just like white men are extinct, white women are kept in zoos. Like it's just like all this stuff, like cancel culture. Like it's like the funniest list of like what's happening. Like but it's funny because it's just next year. Like it was like 2021. Yeah. And it's just like everything is upside. Like everyone is dead. Every white cis male is dead.
Yeah.
Everything is just like it's so.
He's just the thing about it is that he has a very, very funny yet very sober view of the state of things. Right. Personally, I love packages in the mail. I love getting packages. I love ordering things on the internet. I love receiving them into my home. I love opening them, and it's so exciting. It's like a miniature holiday every time I get a package. This thing here speaks to me. It's called Bespoke Post. This fall, as you get back into the swing of things, Bespoke Post has brand new seasonal Box of Awesome collections for guys, guaranteed to upgrade your life. Self-care is essential, and it's important to check yourself in these wild times. Check yourself in these turbulent, insane times. The world's on fire, but you know what? It's time for a box. This month's Soothe Box is perfect for that, with candle, oil treatment, refining facial moisturizer, and more. They all smell and feel fantastic. Creating vibes is an art, and Bespoke Post can help you become a master. Do you want to be a master? Does your paintbrush dipped in vibe? And do you want to paint in vibranium? Vibe out with me, okay? Be a master at vibing. Whether it's gear to upgrade your autumn craft beers, or simply cozy threads for when the temperature dips, Bespoke Post only sends guys the best stuff every month. No matter what you're into, Box of Awesome has you covered. From style and grooming goods to barware, cooking tools, and outdoor gear, Box of Awesome has collections for every part of your life. To get started, take the quiz at boxofawesome.com. Your answers will help them pick the right Box of Awesome for you. They release new boxes every month across a ton of different categories. It's free to sign up, and you can skip a month or cancel anytime. Each box costs only $45. That's 45 buckaroos, 45 clams. That's 45 singles. And it has $70 worth of gear inside. Now try to do the math on that. That's $45 gets you 70. That's a deal if I ever heard one. Get 20% off your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com and enter the code PTA at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com, code PTA for 20% off your first box. Box it up, send it to yourself, reveal the gift, touch it. And it's like, it's like, you know, the state of things is so, you know, bizarre. Like I was watching Andrew did a thing with Proud Boys where he went and interviewed the Proud Boys. And like, I don't know shit about Proud Boys. And then I went down this Proud Boys wormhole, and I know Gavin McGinnis started Proud Boys. And I know that, you know, you have probably some contract, some clause. You can't talk about this, you know, because of Vice. But I know that he started Proud Boys. I know he's a maniac. And then is it like, you know, is it a white nationalist thing? Nobody knows. The leader's a black dude. I don't know what that means, but then then the Proud Boys are really into drinking, which I didn't know. And they had a rally, and the guy's got a White Claw in his vest. I mean, it's just like anything can be propped up and turned into anything at any time via social media. Like, you know, it was just like an idea the guy had, and he's got a bunch of crazy ideas, and I don't even know.
I think he just was like, he was being a human meme, and then it turned into like a real thing, and then everybody was like, he was saying the ultimate, you know, right. He was trying to be that, and Gavin is probably a piece of shit, and who fucking knows?
Who knows?
He started something that's fucking horrible and
Right.
heinous,
Right.
and who gives a fuck?
But
it's just like,
but you don't know.
But the thing is that anything, like, it's just like he set like the match out of like thinking it was a fucking joke and saying crazy shit. Like both sides, like just being like the complete, like you would say this, he would say fucking the complete opposite.
Right, provocateur. He's provocateur.
Yeah,
he stirs shit.
And
but here's the thing,
I've never
Matty,
fucking met him, but it's like it's still.
You don't know. That's the thing. You don't know what the fuck they do or what they stand for. You just know what someone told you. I'm not defending
exactly. Even him. It doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter what anybody actually thinks. It's a matter of what you just put out.
What the
there.
perception
And
is.
it's just, yeah, perception is reality, man.
Right.
Dude.
Wow.
Proud Boys gotta all die though, for sure. Hate spreading hate. They all gotta die.
I mean, it's all fucked. And these
the world's
guys,
fucked. It's crumbling apart. It's crumbling apart. And at the exact same moment that it's crumbling apart, I'm so isolated and so far away from like society, living in my like legitimately. It's just like if I turned off my phone, my life is like I live in a beautiful farm town. And it's just like there's nothing everything is literally completely normal except the fact that everyone's wearing masks. And if you turn off, like true anarchy is turning off your phone.
Well, the thing is that,
or is it?
They used to talk about this idea of virtual reality, right? When, 10 years ago, 20 years ago.
We're in it.
They talk about virtual reality. And the reality is, we're in virtual reality right now because we're all tapped into Instagram. Instagram is the second world, right? Social media. Yeah. Instagram just is the one that emerged as the second. Like, I'm sure there's another world on Facebook that people live in. But there's an entire new world that you live in Instagram that's just like, it's an entire new world where you have a separate family that is your Instagram family. It's a mirror, and you this is my child, and this is my new child, and this is my wife, and that's just not your life. Your life is a whole separate thing where you actually are worrying about like pests eating your fucking beets in your farm. Like you're worrying about Trisha's mad at you again because you're a night farter or whatever the fuck, or like you're just like,
or I just don't wake up when our babies cry.
Yeah, you're too lazy to get up and fix the baby, but
you're not lazy. I didn't hear them. I was sleeping.
Right, you're snoring too loud. You're not too lazy to drop a deposit into the mine shaft of your wife's uterus and create the seedling, which is your new child. That you have energy for, but you are too lazy to go change the gross green soupy diarrhea of your baby, which is
No, baby. I change that all day long. I love a diaper change.
I don't mind.
Thrive.
I don't mind a diaper change.
I thrive a diaper change.
You just disassociate. No. I used to change my little sister. You disassociate for a minute. You clean it up, and you turn off your mind and your smell, and you just do it, and you bundle it, and you toss it, and then you come back. You come back in your body.
Yeah.
Like, check out.
You really center in on it.
Yeah.
You really center in on it.
Yeah.
The craziest thing was when they're newborn, they just can spray shit at any given moment.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy. Like you're changing the diaper that's full of shit, and then you're changing it, and it's just like. And it's like that one dinosaur in Jurassic Park that looks cute and then it opens up its fangs and it spits.
Yeah.
That's a baby's butthole.
It's
just and it just sprays. It's just it's crazy. Like every time I'm changing I'm like, how am I changing? Every time I change the diaper, it's already peeing and pooping again. Right. I'm like, and it always gets on your hand and then it gets in your fingernail and then you're like, you smell it and you it's so fucked. It's so gross.
Horrible.
It's all over the place.
Matty, have you seen the movie The Fighter?
Yeah.
You like that movie?
Mark Wahlberg? Ed Norton?
What?
Or Christian Bale?
Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Christian Bale and Marky Mark. Well,
that's what I said. It's a great movie when he's all on the crack.
Yeah.
Fighters.
Listen, Christian Bale, I'm just going to say.
He's the greatest. He's the best actor.
He's good.
He's such a great actor.
He's an English guy who plays a guy from Lowell. Where's Lowell? Massachusetts? He's an English guy. He plays a fucking
he's
crackhead.
He's Australian. Why do you always say he's English? He's Australian.
He's not Australian.
Google it.
Is he? He's not. He's too good of an actor to be Australian.
No, he's Australian.
He's English, you shit fuck. He's an English guy who can play a white cholo from East Los. He can play a crackhead boxer from Lowell, like pitch perfect, right? So, one of our fans, Instagram, his at is P_Brady with 3 Y's. He's related. He's related to Dickie England.
Really?
And he sent me these gloves.
What?
Yes, he sent me these signed gloves from Dick England. How am I saying his name? But
does he sign them?
To Two-Tone. Best wishes. Something. I can't read it. Two-Tone, my best. Dickie England. Am I saying his name right? Yeah, and I thank you for these.
Why do you get stuff? I have not received one fucking thing.
Because you don't check
Truth Angels.
You don't check your DMs. That's why.
I don't check my DMs.
Dickie Eklund.
But it's
Dickie Eklund. Sorry, Dickie Eklund. Dickie Eklund.
Hey everybody, can I start getting some cool stuff? want to get cool stuff. He gets ceramics. He get coffee beans. I got coffee beans too, but it's just
You got coffee beans.
I get some boxing gloves.
If you want, listen, you want some ceramics? I'll have her send you Lux Arrows.
But just DM the Powerful Truth Angel so we can see it. Don't DM my personal account because I won't see it. But DM the Powerful Truth Angel. Give me some stuff. I want to see some cool stuff. Who's got the coolest stuff? Who sends us the weirdest shit?
No.
This is a new segment on Powerful Truth Angels. Whoever sends us the weirdest shit to Two-Tone. Two-Tone's apart. Let's put his apartment address up so everyone in the world can see it.
No.
And we're going to send all the stuff to Two-Tone's house.
We're not doing that.
And we're going to get a Powerful Truth Angels P.O. box.
Listen.
And we're going to start sending it. And I want to see, like, anthrax, nail bombs. Like, what can you send in the mail? What can you send in the mail I want to see who's the sneakiest motherfucker, and I want to see really what the fuck is going on.
No.
And who out there can send us the weirdest shit so that we can bring it on the podcast, and it's going to be What's in the Mail. That's a new segment. What's in the mail?
I'm preemptively shutting this segment down, okay? It
already happened. You can't shut it down. It's reality. Everyone listening wants it. This is going to be a swipe up for sure. So it's just make sure you send it.
No, I'm not. Listen, it took me. I didn't want to accept these gloves because I just felt like
you're gonna hang them on the mantle.
Well, no. I'm like I don't know
you don't box.
I don't know the guy. He was really nice, and I'm always suspicious when someone wants to give me something. I'm like, what do you want to give me this for? I don't understand. And it took me a while to accept it. And I also don't want stuff. Like, the more stuff in my house, the more crazy I am. And I'm still in the process of purging. Like, still. I've been purging and purging and purging. It's like rearranging. Brought everything from the born and raised office into my house, into my home office. Moved the shit. It's just constant, right? So, but in the end, I said yes. I accepted the gloves. And I was excited to get them. It put a smile on my face. I mean, I love that movie, The Fighter.
I know. I want a smile on my face.
I love the doc. Well, share. I'll send you one glove. I'll send one to you. We have one. And when we see each other, we'll punch each other in the face.
You know what we're going to do with those?
What?
There's an even better idea.
Yeah.
We're going to punch each other in the face. On the first podcast, when I get back out there, me and Two-Tone are going to punch each other in the face with those.
I'm going to say that I don't want to do that because if you punch me in the face, you could break my jaw.
Why?
And vice versa. There's not a lot.
What do you mean?
This is no good.
No, but you punch it right here in the temple to break my eye socket.
I don't want to hurt you, and you don't want to hurt me.
No, we punch each other in the face sitting down, so it won't be that hard. But we both just punch each other in the face.
Just a jab.
Yeah, just one jab in the face.
So, anyways,
I think that'd be great. I think that would be great.
The guy tells me, he goes, you know what? I think it's his uncle, right? He goes. Or his uncle, so he goes, you know what? You want to go train with him? He's over at Wildcard. Go train with Dickie. And I'm just like,
Dickie's at Wildcard.
And I go, what? What do you mean go train with him? Like, the guy's like this legendary boxer. There's a movie made about him. Like, but in the boxing world, everyone has access. You know, in the fighting world, you have access to everyone. Yeah. It's not that big of a deal. And I haven't brought myself to go. He's like, go train with him, be for free. And I'm like, I can't do this. But
and you show up and you're like, you show up at Wildcard and you're like, hey, Dickie England, I'm here to work out for free because your nephew, some guy you probably haven't talked to in 10 years,
they talk.
DM'd me. And he's going to be like, what do you mean DM? Like, who the fuck are you? Like, dude, imagine that scenario. Like, people are so stupid to offer things that are just like, yeah, come over to my house.
You know what?
Like, oh, yeah, no, it's cool. Like, go check out my cousin. He'll give you a free engine. He'll do a free engine. Check them out.
Yeah.
Because I love you, I'm gonna gift somebody else's time and money to you.
Yes.
I'm such a big fan. I want to help you out. Go check out this guy that I happen to know. It's like, people are so fucking dumb.
I don't think this person's dumb. I believe him, and I believe that for one reason or another.
Now he's gonna be mad at me because I said I don't think he's dumb. Come on, I don't think he's dumb.
No, you don't think anyone's dumb.
Don't get me in a fight.
That's why I'm backpedaling on your behalf. I think that he would. I think he would have me hold the mitts for him a couple times, and it'd be nice. It would be my honor.
You're too big to box, though. You couldn't box. You're too slow.
I have my moments. You know, I'm probably quicker than you. I would guess.
No, well, we know that you're not quicker than me. We know that you can't beat me in arm wrestle, and we know there's a lot of things that we know about each other physically. And even though I am fatter than you, you know what time it is. Okay,
I know what time it is. It's time for you to realize that you're not faster than me, and maybe you beat me in arm wrestling once because you cheated, and you've been arm wrestling people. I probably arm wrestled in my life, probably 50 times when I was a child, when I was 8, and as an adult, I probably
arm wrestle all the time. Every day I wake up and train.
I know you do. You have one of those things at your house. You're like, hudja. Have you ever gone in your deep dives in the internet? Do you ever see those Russian face slapping competitions where it's
incredible? It's the most incredible. It's the most incredible sport of all time. Can we pull one up, Jason?
Yeah,
production guy, make this podcast. Let's watch one and talk about it, like they do on the pajama. What's the pajama podcast with the Soprano guys? Their podcast is so good. At any given moment, they can talk to their producer and they pull up some magical thing and they watch a video and then they talk about it. But we can't do that on ours.
Well, we're not even in the same place. I mean, if we could share a Zoom screen, we could conceivably do it. But either way, when those guys slap the shit out of each other, when you see the velocity of those hands, like these motherfuckers, I mean, I think just to have the eye-hand coordination to slap someone that hard, that precisely is like, that's dangerous. And the fucking slaps these guys take, it is.
No, they're like, and they just use their arms and their body.
Yeah.
But the thing that's crazy is this, like, why? How much money are these guys getting?
Oh, no, are you kidding?
Like, what
it's
are
Russia.
they doing? Like clout?
It's
They're like, you think they're getting like $500?
$500. I guarantee you the
Maybe.
prize is $500 and like, some sort of a food card or like a piece of boar meat. Like they're not getting shit. I remember too on the internet there was they were having these fights in clubs. And they were lining up slap contests with girls in clubs for a minute a couple years back. I remember this. I'd see it on Instagram, some like real cutty like clubs in the South, and they'd just be like, Sharkeisha versus fucking so-and-so, and they just smack the shit out of each other. You know what I mean?
It's so crazy. I think that would hurt more than getting punched in the face.
Yeah, it's very acute. It's very sharp.
Well, because it hits you the way with the slap in the ear. The reason that they're getting knocked out too most of the time is because they're getting their like equilibrium fucking shut down.
Right.
Like literally, it's their inner ear. They're like cracking, and they're gonna have like tinnitus or tinnitus in the ear forever.
Yeah. Yeah, in the ear forever.
Because it's different than getting like just like popped on the chin and like getting like knocked out. Like them getting slapped and it's always right in the ear. Yeah. And it's like that's what's knocking their equilibrium is actually fucking shutting down and they're like getting crippled.
Right.
Okay? Because I'm a doctor. I know that. Did you ever think that I'd say the word equilibrium? Okay.
No, I didn't know. I didn't think that was in your vocabulary. I didn't know you could say words with more than 3 syllables. That's 17 syllables, equilibrium, and you've blown my mind again. Listen, you had a child. You said equilibrium. We covered 9/11, which we figured out is hot Cheetos can melt steel beams. And we've run the spectrum today on this show, and it's been amazing. It's been an amazing show. I think that as podcasters, we're excellent broadcasters, and as human beings, we're
I'm definitely a better cookbook writer, author than podcaster. I think I'm like, obviously I'm a New York Times bestselling author.
Obviously,
I'm my second book came out. Obviously, it was a New York Times bestseller again. And I just don't know how many chefs or authors in general are 2-time New York Times bestsellers in the world. But, I am one of those significant others.
Let me ask you something.
I think, yeah.
When you have a New York Times bestseller, right, what does that actually mean? Is there a number that you hit?
No. Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Does that...
like the actual logistics of becoming like a real New York Times bestseller?
Right.
There's a few things. I think the biggest thing is that you're selling books across America. Like it's not just on Amazon and it's not just in New York and LA. Like you have to be selling books like genuinely like across, like your numbers have to be strong like across America.
Okay, but that's what I don't understand.
Like you have to be buying books from like local bookstores.
Yeah,
do you buying books from like
platinum? Do you sell $1 million in your bookseller? Do you get a plaque? How does it work? I don't sell books.
No, you just get hella money. I wish I could sell 1 million books.
Do you make a lot of money selling books?
If you sell a lot of books, yeah, you can make I think on average you're making like $2 to $4 a book.
Okay.
Depending how good your contract is. Plus, once you get your advance, like once they recoup, because it's the same as a record label, right? Like the record label has to recoup.
Yeah.
You get an advance.
Yeah.
They recoup.
Yeah.
Hopefully you recoup everything on pre-sale. So from like if pre-sale is like dialed and you're like killing it, then for the rest of your life, whenever you sell that book, you will make $1.
Right.
You know, kind of thing.
And then like the record business, I'm sure that they fuck you on the recoup, right? Like they're like, oh well, you know, your marketing budget, we had to pay $15,000 to make a PDF.
Yeah, but you know all that shit now, so you have good lawyers that will be able to run through all that shit.
At what point do you make a decision to just go independent and make your own books, get them made in Thailand?
Well, the thing about making your own books, I don't know. I think it's more about like distribution than anything, but I don't know. It's not easy for me to make cookbooks, but it definitely is something that I'm pretty good at and doesn't stress me. A lot of people get crushed by making books.
Yeah.
It's easy to it's very daunting. A lot of people don't have even the opportunity to make books, but it is like relatively, it's kind of, especially cookbooks is definitely kind of, are you laughing at me?
No, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing because someone DM'd me with a picture of one of your books and it was a complete it was what do you call it? A damage, and the type was wrapping off the spine, and the graphics were all crooked. And he DMs me, and I just, you know, I go through my DMs. I don't read. I kind of glance at some of them. I don't always read them. And I looked at it. I didn't engage. I looked at it quickly, and it was like, hey, my book's messed up. I'm like, why are you DMing me about Maddie's book? It's got nothing to do with me. And I'm also not gonna like stop my day and call Maddie and be like, hey, Maddie, I got a customer here, because I don't see a fucking dime from your book sales.
Hey,
you know?
I'll say right now, if anybody has a damaged book, fucking return it. Because that's bullshit, straight up.
Yeah.
And
call Two-Tone. Call me if you have listen.
Make sure you call Two-Tone.
If you have a
send the damaged book to our PO box.
Right. If you have
Powerful
a problem,
Truth Angels PO box.
You problem with just a dash? Give me a call. I'll call you personally. DM me, email me. If you have a problem with any of Maddie's enterprises, Maddie, the Ruka deal. If you want to talk about the Ruka deal and Maddie's patties, call me, because I'll hash it out with you. I'll take 30, 45 minutes out of my busy day and walk you through.
Yeah, if you have any problems with me, just contact Two-Tone.
Contact me.
If you bought a T-shirt and the print sucks, or if you bought oven gloves and you get burned,
right,
just call Two-Tone.
Call me.
It's okay.
Sue me.
I've never it's okay.
It's
but
okay.
All honesty, if anybody's listening, I'm sure the retention's far gone on this podcast already. But please, if your cookbook is damaged, send it the fuck back. Come on.
It back. Send it to who's your publisher?
It's that easy. Send it the fuck back.
Simon and Schuster. Who's your publisher? Hardcastle McCormick. Who's your publisher?
Abrams. Fix everybody's broken books.
Abrams. Come on.
Books are made so shittily now, I feel.
Yeah. I mean, we used to be a country that was rich in literature, and now the only people that can sell books is like Real Housewives, celebrity chefs, and, you know, maybe 50 Cent, right? Those are people that are selling books now. I don't think people read anymore. I think now it's just like, if your book isn't literally an Instagram page, then we don't want to fucking sell it. You know,
it's crazy to me, even the amount of people that say that, like, my book is the first book they've ever bought.
That's very
like
telling.
when you hit like legitimately, like when I meet, and it happens way more often than I ever would have thought.
Yeah.
But like if when people are just like, man, it's like they're adults or something, and they're like, man, first book I ever bought, and you're just like, excuse me?
That's a fucking
like,
shame.
What do you mean? It's the first book. You've never bought like an art book or a music, like you've never bought a book before?
They're like, what is
you've
book?
never bought just like a book?
Right. Yeah, what did John Waters has that quote about, if you go to someone's house and they don't have any books, don't fuck them, or something like that, right? That's
Well,
thing.
I think most people without books are probably not interesting. It's just like, I don't know. Books have always been such a thing. It's just like, I think just growing up with like zine, like, you know, once again, just growing up in like punk and hardcore and shit, and just like zine culture was such a huge thing in that, and like it was just like a thing. And then like right off the jump, like it was always like zines. You go to the zine table at the hardcore show or the punk show, or like you just get everything. And and that was the way that you would find out about bands and find out about, like, that's like real culture. That's like real fucking digging, real fucking shit. That just like kind of doesn't really exist anymore.
Well,
on certain levels.
There's such a
like,
craft.
I know that there's still punks making zines, but it's very fucking different, you know?
I love the whole crafty angle of the punk world. You know, you just make little things and knickknacks and zines, and you adorn your jacket with buttons, and you know, there's just like this really strange hands-on. I guess it's not strange, but it's DIY. But then you end up basically being like a 60-year-old mom.
Yeah, you look like a quilt. You look like a really dusty quilt.
Yeah.
You're making a quilt. You're just like covered in like ass suck, fucking gizm patches. And like the big thing forever was like the coolest thing was like you would sew all your patches. You'd sew all your patches with like dental floss.
Yeah.
So then like all your patches would have like that white, like sick fucking dental floss like thread. And then it would like get dirty and look really sick, you know?
Very cool. I have to use the restroom.
It's been a big week for me. I had a baby, a New York Times bestselling book, two-tone. He started back up on keto again. So it's been a big week for both of us.
Big week. Yeah. Listen, I don't have a real reason to live. I don't have children. I don't have a family. I have a girlfriend that's not age appropriate. And, I'm just living in some stupid
How's
version
Ella?
of adulthood. Huh?
How's Ella?
She's great. She's great. She's a wonderful person.
I just started following her on Instagram.
You started following her?
Well, yeah, I noticed I never saw her Instagram. Like, I don't like search these things out, and I just so happened I saw her Instagram. Then she was following me, so I followed back, and it's been a great,
Yeah, it's been a great exchange. Look, I've been, I'm living my life. I'm doing my thing. I just, we got collabs coming up.
Born and raised is white hot. Born and raised is just white hot.
Born and raised is like no bullshit, no hyperbole. I'm fucking fire, which is cool. But the workload's insane, and we're just grinding the fuck away like you are in different ways.
Keep grinding, baby. We're the best. You know what's the best is that like we go from it's just like the whole. The arc of Powerful Truth Angels is so funny because it's just like from like neurotic. Like both of us just being like, what the fuck's going on, to like pandemic happening, to like all of this. And then like still within the pandemic, me and you somehow are coming out on top. Like Born and Raised is killing your business. Your business is literally the new face of like Los Angeles,
Well,
and
not the new face. It's always been the face.
It's always been the face, but it's like this is like official.
Right.
Like it's crazy, Like it is like it's for real.
Yeah.
And and I got a New York Times. Like it's an amazing thing that like we are. I just think it's a proven. And this isn't to suck both our dicks, but it's just like we keep going, And it's just like I just want it to be like. It's one of those things where it's just like you're extremely talented. I'm very, very, very talented, and I think it's just like, it's one of those things that I just hope that people just keep going. Like, don't let shit really get you all the way down.
You have to. Did you watch my Dodgers commercial I shot? Did you watch that little thing I did?
Yeah.
You didn't watch it. Okay. I'm just curious. The thing is this: you have to hang on to what it is you're doing, as long as it has life by any means possible. And you see me at periods in like, doing in business where I've been like literally like I can't do another day of this. It's so brutal and it's so hard where you literally think your head's gonna split in half and you can't do it. And somehow I'm such a tenacious, stubborn piece of shit that I'm just like I'm hanging on. I'm gonna either hang on. You hang on until it either gets off the ground and flies, or it fucking explodes and melts through 2 towers and melts kills 3,000 people.
Cheetos, set it on fire.
Or set it on fire. That's just it.
It's either that's it. But that's the thing. It's just like I think it is one of those things that it is. It's one of those things that a lot of people sit around and wait for like inspiration.
Yeah.
And I'm not a huge person on inspiration. I'm a huge advocate for like pen to paper and like work and you got to work very, very hard at anything you do that you want to make real.
Right.
And it's really amazing to see just to watch genuinely just to watch what's happening with Born and Raised right now is a beautiful thing. I want to say that,
Well, there's three ways to do this, right? To do this job. Okay, and specifically to speak to born and raised, okay? The thing with born and raised is that when born and raised started, I knew it was good from jump. We started around the end of 2012 into 2013. I knew it was good. I was like, this is something. This is real. And Sponto is his first time out. I've been in the business for a long time. I understand the how it works. I know when something new, it made sense. I was like, oh, this is real. This is a message. The minute we started, Sponto got blood cancer and was down for the count for like 4 years. We still kept going. He pushed through. He's a bull. He's fucking tough as nails. We pushed through.
He's undefeated.
It takes about five years, I think, just to put your flag down as a brand. Now, there's always aberrations. There's always companies that year one explode. There's always the rules that are broken and things that happen, and there's these explosions. But I think it takes 5 years to get something nailed down and 10 years for it to be successful. And we're at year 7. So we're at year 7 and we're ascending. We've always been doing good. We've always doubled. We double. But now it's like it's starting to really add up to where now it's getting fucking crazy. So anyways, it's amazing. And like I think that there's 3 ways. There's you have something that's really good. Like so you have a talented, you have a property, you have something that's really great. You have this great thing. And you have a great thing, you just keep pushing it up the hill and you keep pushing it. Eventually with the luck and the right people and the connections, you make it. Or you have the connections and you're very lucky and you're very tenacious, but what you have is not so great, but it still makes it because you're connected and you're tenacious and you got a great mouthpiece. And then once in a while, there's just a random fucking aberration and something just falls in someone's lap and they go, I'm going to make the pet rock and, I'm going to make a slinky. Like I read this thing about the guys that made the slinky.
On the pants.
It was like an engine coil that fell down some stairs and this family was like, that looks really cool. Let's sell it as a toy. And eventually one day it took on and became multi-millionaire. So there's a million ways to make it. Sometimes it's by accident. Sometimes it's just sheer grit. I unfortunately seem to have to always do it the hard way through suffering and pain, which I don't think necessarily has to happen that way, but that's how I do things. I like to grind myself to a nub.
The best thing ever too, out of all that, is like the potato in the pants. Are you guys like the dude during my book signing, last weekend?
Yeah.
Legitimately, a guy came up and he was so bummed because he forgot to bring his potato in the pants for me to sign.
Amazing.
And I couldn't I was just like, the fact that somebody in Canada bought the fucking potato in the pants and that came to my book signing was like one of the best things ever. It was so so sweet that I was just like, you bought one. Like to meet somebody that was like, I was like, that is so fucking awesome.
It touches my heart that he.
What's going on over there? It sounds like a construction site.
I don't know. Jason just decides to close the windows after, not before we shoot, after we shoot, while we're shooting, when the trash truck is driving through my house. Listen. Oh, nice. He goes, well, you have asthma. What a cock.
Jason.
That's Jason. He's a real piece of work.
Real spicy fucking loser.
Here's the thing about potato in the pants, right? Is that it touches me that we were responsible for him selling more than he ever sold probably in the 6 years that he's had that thing, right? That we got some sales off the ground. But the thing that blows my mind about potato in the pants, the thing that blows my mind, this is it. He also invented a headrest for a car that looks like a butt and a headrest for cars that look like boobs. That's his $1 million idea, and he doesn't push it. That's the one. That will fucking go. In the Midwest, are you kidding me? People bought truck nuts. Dude. You think they're not going to buy?
They need it. So everyone now, make sure that you go and buy the boobs and the butt pillows from Potato in the Pants. I got to go because we need to take literally all of our cameras and use them right now on something else. So I love you guys. Hard out. I love you. Bye.